Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alex and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for watching this and I hope you like this video and subscribe down below. But if you're here, how you doing? How's your day going? It's Monday. I took a day off because I just needed one more day to myself. I actually have a photo shoot today. It's rainy outside, so I don't know how it's gonna go. But since I have a shoot today, I thought, you know what? That would be a fun video. Like, let's do a photo shoot, get ready with me makeup. So I think we're gonna go to the beach and I'm gonna do a very natural, beachy photo shoot makeup look. So if you wanna know how to get that look and get ready with me, then keep on watching. We're gonna start with our skin. I'm gonna use this Becca Waveless Blur foundation and I'm just gonna tap it all over my face. I've already washed my face, moisturized my face of course, and done all that. I'm a little darker today because I self-tanned yesterday, which honestly went relatively well. My hands are kind of orangey in places, but overall not too terrible. Start with blending it with a little foundation brush. I'm sorry, I'm a little stuffy. These allergies are just not going away no matter what I do. I take Claritin every 24 hours. I also use some nose spray, but I don't know, I'm still stuffy. I always like to go with a damp sponge. This is by Morphe. And just kind of tap it in, you know, so there's no streaks. This foundation color is a little surprisingly light for me currently. It's usually a little too dark, but with the whole self-tan I did, it's definitely going on the lighter side, but it's okay. I'm gonna use some bronzer and really bronze it up. Camo concealer, and I'm not gonna do too much just because my foundation is already a little too light for the rest of my body, but just kind of a little bit in the places where I need it, just so. Honestly, I say this is not too much, but this concealer is very full coverage, so it might be a little too much, but it's okay. I self-tanned last night and I've been doing that all the way since quarantine started because I used to go to a tanning spot and tan, and that was just the biggest tanner in the world. Everyone would tell me like, you're gonna get cancer, it's dangerous, but I'm like, I don't care, I love to be tan, blah blah blah. I thought self-tanning is so difficult and it's too much work, but since the tanning bed's closed, I was kind of forced into it and now love it. Like, I do it maybe once a week. It's way cheaper once. It's definitely way better for my skin, for my health and everything like that. And you know, I don't have to go all the time. Like, I just do it at home once after the shower. It's pretty quick. I sleep with it and then I'm nice and golden. I'm still getting used to though, like between my toes and like on my hands sometimes I do a really poor job, but you live, you learn. It's not a big deal, but I'm really happy with my decision to start doing it. I'm never going back to tanning beds ever again. My goal today is to look very natural, very beachy, all that kind of stuff, right? And so usually if I would go for that type of look, I wouldn't set, I wouldn't use powder, I would use probably BB cream or something like that. But because it's a photo shoot, I notice camera really eats up a lot of your makeup, so it really shows up as you almost not wearing any makeup. For photo shoots, I choose to wear more makeup than I would normally wear because it doesn't show up on camera. I kind of go with my finger and go over the creases and then just set them. It's kind of like the T-zone. We don't want to get oily, and I don't really get oily, but I've noticed again that oily glow that looks really beautiful in real life sometimes on pictures looks like you're nasty oily, and I don't want that look. I feel like a matte finish is preferred for camera. Since the foundation ended up being too light, surprisingly, I didn't think the the self-tanner, it was so dark, but it really turned out darker than expected. So since I am so much more tan, as you see, I'm gonna go a little heavy-handed with the bronzer. And I'm almost gonna start putting it everywhere. Not just in the places where you usually place bronzer, but almost everywhere. Because I really need to warm up my face. Since we didn't put powder everywhere, it gives us almost like an additional coverage that will look really good in pictures. So now, since we have our bronzer everywhere, I want to do a little contour, and I still will go with the same Hoola bronzer, but I'll take the brush it comes with and really focus on my cheekbones. Usually I also would like to bake underneath my cheekbones to kind of make it more prominent, but because it's supposed to be a very like beachy kind of thing, I don't want those completely defined cheekbones. So I'm just gonna go over with this brush to get that effect. For our blush, we're gonna go with the L'Oreal. I swear it's the only blush I own because I'm not a big blush person, and all the other shades like reds and pinks don't really appeal to me. So I just love the peachy shade. If you have any blush recommendations, leave them down below because I'm just kind of stuck on the same blush. But I like to blush up and go on top of my contour, not just on the apples of my cheek, but all the way up. This is what the most flattering to my face shape because I do have like a rounder, larger face, big cheeks. Just putting it on the apples of my cheeks does not look as good as someone with more defined bone structure. I almost forgot I wanted to do a little bit of a nose contour. I notice in photos especially, it does look nice when the nose is more defined. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Nothing too crazy, just a very natural bronze nose, I guess. And I'm just taking a pretty fluffy brush and I'm gonna start at a brow and just go down. Nothing too crazy, nothing too specific, just down the bridge of my nose with a fluffy brush. And then I like to put a little bit underneath and a little bit over right here. Also, it looks like this brush has been a highlighting brush because I got some sparkle on my nose now, but it's okay. I guess we bronzed and highlighted our nose at the same time. I'm really bad with like cleaning my brushes. I wash them quite often, but not after like every makeup application. So sometimes I'll grab like an eyeshadow brush and I'll go with like a light baby pink, but then there was black on the brush and then I ruin everything. So if you went too crazy, it's okay. If you go too crazy on your bronzer or anything like that, take a beauty sponge and just kind of go over it. It doesn't need to have anything on it. It's still a little moist, damp. I know people hate the word moist, which is honestly, I think it's a scam. Like people just like to jump on the train wagon, so everyone's like, I hate the word moist. Word moist. Okay, damp, so I don't trigger you. Okay, so our next step, we'll do a little highlighter. I don't want it to go any crazy, but this is, I swear, I have no lids for anything. All my lids break off. I don't know how you guys do it. But I'm gonna go with the Malted Gold by Maybelline and just gonna do a light highlight on the cheek slash my forehead. Nothing too crazy, because again, I don't know, I just don't like that look of the strip on our cheekbone. But I do like a defined nose highlight, that's for sure. And then we'll put a little bit on our nose. Well, I say a little bit, it's never a little bit. Our highlighter is on, and now to set the face, my favorite Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. It's the best, you guys know it. Just drench myself in this, and this Pride Month one smells so good. It's so refreshing. It's like I took, you know, oh my gosh, I just looked outside because I'm sitting right in front of my balcony window and it's pouring. I don't know how I'm gonna shoot today, but on the beach too, like Oregon Beach, if you've ever been to Oregon coast, it's always cold, it's always windy, it's always raining. So if it's rainy and cold and windy here, it's gonna be 10 times worse at the coast, so we'll see. I don't even know why I'm putting makeup. Maybe it's gonna all wash off. That's why I didn't really bother doing my hair or doing any heat tooling. I just put it in 2 French braids and that's kind of what it looks like. I don't do anything in it, there's no product, it's just 2 French braids. But you know, I thought my hair is gonna get wet anyway, so might as well do something, but not waste the time one and another time putting my hair through heat when I don't need to. Let me do my brows off camera like I normally do them, and then I will be right back for the eyes. Okay, brows are done. They turned out a little darker and all over more than what I thought. I wanted to do a natural brow, but then I was like, I also want it shaped a little more than normal. And then I went and I went and I went and I took it a little too far, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll live, we'll learn, not a big deal at all. So now let me zoom you in and we're gonna do a little eyes. Wow, this close up, my brows look even crazier, but it is what it is. It's all good. We're gonna start by putting, for eyes, I'm keeping it natural, I think. I don't want too crazy of eyeshadow. One thing I've noticed is I can do a beautiful eyeshadow look, but it does not translate in pictures. It doesn't look really nice, like for shoots and stuff. It just looks like you have a black eye or something. Like it doesn't translate the same way as it does in like a video or in real life. So with eyes, I always try not to take it overboard when it comes to shooting. I try to give it some shape and definition, but really keep it semi-natural. Sparkle translates really well. Nothing like colors, I feel like they don't look good. So I'm gonna go with my bronzer again and a really big fluffy brush and just start building a little bit my crease. This brush is very, very large and fluffy, so I'm gonna go with a more defined brush just down the road, but it's the initial application, I guess. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do, but I know I'm gonna probably keep it in the warm tones. I've noticed with my eye color, like if you guys have green eyes or even, I don't know, brown eyes look really good with it. Warm tones just pop. They make the green eyes pop. A lot of people always ask me what color my eyes are, but I think it depends on what kind of background I use and stuff like that. They always shift, but most of the time they're green. I'm gonna go with a more defined crease brush and do the same thing, just kind of, you know, focusing it more on my crease. I did not prime my eyes. I didn't put any concealer or anything like that because I'm not doing bright colors. I want my natural skin tone to kind of go through. That makes it look more natural. And I also didn't carve my brow because those little things, if you cut them out of your routine, really make your makeup look more natural, so to speak. What I always do is I bring it to my nose contour right here. I like this look for my shape of my eyes. If it doesn't go well for you, it is what it is, but I don't bring it down because that might makes my eyes look kind of smaller. I keep it up to here. Focus the most pressure in the actual crease and everything above it diffuse with a brush when it almost has no product on it. Next, as you see, I put the bronzer in. I also like to put the blush for those more natural, pretty looks. I always use the same kind of things on my eyes as I use on my face. That kind of ties it all together. I'm going to use the same brush and just put it in my crease. It's not going to be very noticeable, but the blend of those two shades really going to complement the rest of your skin. So just kind of the same way, it warms up the bronzer a little bit. I like to bring it almost all the way up. Kind of balayage it in. I don't know the word, but I don't really like this white strip underneath my brow. I kind of like it all to be one blown out look. So I always bring it up. See, this way there is no like, okay, this is where your eyeshadow ends, this is where it starts. For this kind of look, I like it to be seamless, like you don't see where the change of the colors happens. Okay, so now I feel like we need one more shade in our crease. Let me see what kind of palette I want to use today. I think I'm going to go with my Morphe James Charles palette and I'm going to use this shade. Very lightly. I've never used this before, so I don't know how pigmented it is. But I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to start in my outer corner of my eyelid. Just kind of bringing it up, making a little V-shape, cat eye, so to speak. Like this, and then I'm gonna blend it into the crease. Again, I said it's gonna be a natural look. Yeah, okay. Who am I kidding? I think I went a little too crazy for the look I'm going for, so I'm gonna get the bigger brush. It's clean, and then I'm gonna diffuse it all out. Okay, so we diffused it out. It looks way better, kind of what I'm going for, so I'm gonna do the same thing to my other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, so super quick and easy. Now for the lid, I think I want some shine on the lid. As I said earlier, nice sparkle on the lid. Looks very, very cute on pictures. So I'm going to take a little brush. I think I'm going to stay with the Morphe James Charles palette and use this shade on top. I'm not gonna wet my brush because I don't want it to be too crazy, but just a nice wash, I guess, of the shimmer. Now I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and again do the same trick where I tie my face to my eyes. I'm gonna take the Molted Gold highlighter by Maybelline with a little fluffy brush. It's not really a fluffy brush, but a little more on the fluffy side, and kind of go over the lid again to bring those same shades of gold in our eye. I guess we're going for this mermaid goddess golden situation look. My hair looks kind of mermaidy. This is like a golden mermaid look. I guess I found the name for this makeup tutorial. You know, I never have like a distinct plan. Sometimes I have inspo pictures of what I want to do, but most of the time I just sit down and I go with the flow, and then something comes out. A little bit underneath the brow bone. I'm not too crazy about brow bone highlight, to be honest, but just the tiniest bit. Because again, you know, I don't like the separation between the brow and where the shadow starts, especially with such a blown out look. To define our crease, kind of blend it in, I'm going to go with this brush again. And no product on it, just whatever is left over, and kind of go over the crease one more time. To give my eye even more sparkle, I think we're going to try the Urban Decay, the Midnight Cowboy, like the famous one. I just got this. I've never had any of the Urban Decay glitters, but I was like, you know what? I'm into filming makeup tutorials right now. Let me try it out. So I'm going to just kind of stamp it all over the place. And I don't want it to be too intense, so I'm gonna just stamp it like this and then take my finger and tap, tap, tap. Excuse my my self-tanner hands. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, just like that. I like this very light wash of sparkle for this look. I don't want to do the whole shebang, but you know, just a little glitter looks cute. Lashes are on. I just did the Ardell Wispies again. It's the 100th time when I'm reusing it. I feel like I'm very repetitive, but it's just what looks best with this look. I don't like I love like Lily Lashes Miami, but I feel like for this occasion it's too much. Plus, if the wind gets so crazy that my lashes fall off, I'm not gonna look way too different if this fell off versus the Lily Lashes Miami. So I'm going for this natural look. I really like this lashes. I didn't put any bottom lash mascara because I'm leaving my bottom lashes completely bare, my lash line completely bare. That way if something happens, you know, I'm very careful. So for the lip, I'm just gonna do my usual, my NYX Nude Beige pencil. I feel like it's nude. It goes well with this look. I might put gloss later on, but for right now, since I'm not going to the shoot for a while, I don't want to put the gloss on, so let me put this on real quick. This pencil color is so universal, and I just put it all over my lip. Okay, lips are done, and this completes our makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this little photo shoot. I don't know, ocean, golden goddess, glam. It's very flattering. It will look good on anybody, so please try it out. Leave a comment down below, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and follow me on my Instagram, as you know, as always. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!